So the team I cover, the Arizona Cardinals, are headed to Buffalo this weekend. I have been very good throughout my career. I feel like I have to state this before every season for a team that I root for and for a team that I cover. I've been very unbiased. I'm very poised when it comes to these things. I don't let my fandom get in the way. I've called out coaches. I've called out players. I've praised coaches. I've praised players. I believe the Arizona Cardinals, taking the fanboy glasses off, putting the pom-poms down, I believe the Arizona Cardinals are going to walk into Orchard Park this weekend and defeat the Buffalo Bills. I know it sounds crazy, because to the rest of the world, the Arizona Cardinals were a laughingstock last year. But it's almost like everyone else has forgotten what the Arizona Cardinals have transformed into over the past couple of seasons. This is a team that has shown real functionality. There's no more Cliff Kingsbury. There's no more Steve Keim. There's a real front office. Monty Ossenfort's leading that charge. Jonathan Gannon is a real deal head coach. There's no nonsense. There's accountability. There's maturity. There's a standard that everyone in that locker room holds themselves to. I've been in that locker room. I've been in those press conferences over this offseason. It's a different team. This offense could very well be a top 5 offense in the NFL. I understand that can be a little crazy. I get that. But look at the offense. Trey McBride, Michael Wilson was very good last year. Greg Dortch, very good slot receiver. Marvin Harrison Jr. James Conner was highly underrated last year. The offensive line is fine. And quarterback Kyler Murray is about to shock the NFL football world. And it's not just because I believe in the Arizona Cardinals. And it's not just because I more so believe they'll probably be a top 10 offense and not a top 5 offense. Even I believe that can be a little rich. But look at the Buffalo Bills. They have a ton of turnover on that team this year. No Stephon Diggs. No clear number 1 wide receiver. Offensive line still in flux. Different new look defense. Another Milano injury, devastatingly so. That stinks. Heck of a linebacker. James Cook is still there. Sean McDermott is coaching for his job. If the Bills don't impress this year, Sean McDermott's out the window. It's September. The Cardinals are getting a break, being able to play this team not in freezing cold temperatures with snow coming down on their faces. They're getting it in September. It might be a little rainy, but I can promise you, this team's going to like a little rain that's from Phoenix that is dealing with literally 100 straight days of 100 degrees plus here in Phoenix, Arizona. This team's going to win. This team's going to shock the world on Sunday. They're going to walk into Orchard Park with their new look offense, with Marvin Harrison Jr., with a bunch of different gadget guys, and they're going to walk in, they're going to beat that team. This is a Bills secondary that is starting Damar Hamlin, which we all know, probably not the best starting safety in the NFL, although his story is absolutely immaculate getting back onto the field. The pass rush is fine. Von Miller has been much of a disappointment. They've got guys coming back from injury, but it's a defense that's got to get cohesive. It's got to get more chemistry, and with a guy like Matt Milano not in the middle of it, directing traffic, it's a clear loss for the Buffalo Bills on the defensive side of the ball. Now, I don't expect the Arizona Cardinals to run roughshod over this Bills team that has been battle-tested, that has won a lot of games in the past, that has been to AFC Conference Championship games. This team can play. But I'm telling you, the whole world is undervaluing the Arizona Cardinals. This team, with Drew Petzing's offense, the offensive coordinator, that I believe has a chance to get an NFL head coaching job this upcoming offseason, Marvin Harrison Jr. being injected into this team, Michael Wilson coming back from a very good rookie season in which he still missed a couple games, Trey McBride being ready to show the world why he's a top 3 tight end, the offensive line that is going to continue to progress and get better. James Conner is still back there with a rookie in Trey Benson ready to help him out with a clear 1-2 punch. And the world has just completely undervalued and underrated Kyler Murray. They have thrown him in the trash. They've called him a video game player because they haven't watched the maturity that everyone here in Phoenix has watched. He's a different guy. He's a different player. He's not the same guy he used to be. He's mature. He has accountability. And the biggest thing that everyone seems to overlook, he doesn't feel like he has to do everything anymore. It feels like for him, he's a piece of the puzzle. He's not the entire puzzle. He feels like he doesn't have to do everything. The Cliff Kingsbury offense that fell off a cliff every year after week 8 because he can't adjust. Steve Keim, who refused to get him help in the draft because he was a bad general manager who consistently picked the wrong players. This team, with a new look offense, with Drew Petzing, with all the weapons that I named, they're going to march into Buffalo with a Buffalo Bills team with a new look defense, no wide receiver one, an offensive line that can be shaky at times, a bunch of pressure on Sean McDermott to succeed this year or he'll lose his job, and a Josh Allen that is asked to be Superman or the Bills don't win. I expect the upset of the weekend to be the Arizona Cardinals over the Buffalo Bills. I expect it to be a close game, but the Cardinals have something to prove. This is a team that's been written off by the NFL world. They were voted one of the most dysfunctional franchises in the NFL by NFL agents. The whole world has been sleeping on this team. And by Sunday night, the whole world is going to see just why everyone in Phoenix here has been buzzing about the Arizona Cardinals. Because this team is going to march into Buffalo, and it's going to put up a heck of a ton of points. It's going to be a shootout of a game. But Kyler Murray is going to put the world on notice right away on week 1 and show why this team will be a wild card team. Now, a 5 seed, a 6 seed, no. But I do believe this team is not only going to beat the Buffalo Bills, but be the 7th seed in the NFC and show why they are on the verge of being one of the most competent franchises in the NFL and why they are going to be a wildcard team this year. I know it's crazy. I know it's bold. I know people will write it off and say this Arizona head is a fanboy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. This team is going to shock the world and go into Buffalo and shut the Buffalo Bill fans up and all the doubters of the Arizona Cardinals up. And as much as I'm a fan of Josh Allen, that guy has got a lot of work to do dealing with new pieces, trying to find out who his new number 1 is, trying to figure out if he's going to have help on the defensive side of the ball to help keep him in games. This Bills team has a ton of pressure, and this Arizona Cardinals team is playing with house money this Sunday. And it's going to show on Sunday when they come out on top and beat the Buffalo Bills.